So basically we simplified the Motion AI menu.
Okay.
Okay, so now basically you want to keep output frame rate always on auto, except for edge cases where you're trying to use frame blending or do more complicated things that's kind of outside the scope.
Just for our audience, what is the target when you select auto? Is it the highest possible frame rate the display supports?
It's based on what your preferred frame rate is.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
Yep.
look, for example, let's say you had a JVC that supports both 48 and 120. Well, how does it know what you want to run? Or 60? Do you want to run Motion AI? You want to go
That's
from...
the reason how I ask you what auto means, okay.
You want to go 24 to 48? You want to go 24 to 60? Or do you want to go 24 to 120?
Okay.
So that's the whole point here. When you pick your preferred frame rate, like for example, right now we're running at 120 because we're doing 4K 120 here. Yeah. Okay, so you choose your preferred frame rate, and you could say, since this is on auto, it's picking 120 because Motion AI is on for 24 or 25 piece sources, and I told it, I want you to run at 120. So you're seeing what it's picking there. And if we look here, the info menu, you can see that we've got 4K 24 in and 4K 120 out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Looks good.
Now, so it keeps it really simple, right? So alternatively, you would have had to use profiles a few months ago.
Yeah.
And it gets kind of involved when you start stacking up multiple levels of profiles for what you want to do based on these. So it makes it very easy. Then for displays that can do 120, you have the option to run Motion AI for sport. So you could do 4K 50 to 4K 100 or 4K 60 to 4K 120. Okay, so that's really nice. And then separately, the Kaleidoscape menu, for those that are using the Kaleidoscape, it makes it really nice because you can put the Kaleidoscape on at 24 so that when you play a movie at 24, you don't have a frame rate change. So it's faster HDMI switching, okay? But like, let's say you said, I don't want to use Motion AI for movies. You could still just use it for the Kaleidoscape menu. So you can run the Kaleidoscape menu at 24 and go from 24 to 24 to the movie and then back.
Some thoughts about that.
Oh yeah, we're always thinking about everything that our customers, we want to provide the simplest and the best solution for our customers without having to make it complicated. So again, months ago, we had a way where you could kind of do this, but you had to use profiles and it was very tricky because of profile priority. So we just keep it very simple, okay? And then of course you have the different looks. Well, I should say you have the different models. So these are different models that we continue to experiment with. So Motion AI is essentially released right now. I mean, it's still effectively beta, but it's the type of thing that will continue to evolve over months and years because we never rest on our laurels. We're continually to innovate, coming up with new algorithms and new models.
From your perspective, are you totally happy with the actual performance, or do you still consider the performance that it needs some more details, some more quality?
Yeah, I like to look at everything as an end user because first and foremost, I'm a DIY enthusiast. Like the reason this product exists is because I wanted this video processor 5 years ago for my home theater, right? And it didn't exist. So that's when I connected with Matthias and said, hey, let's join forces, make a business because this is a video processor I want. Let's bring it to the market. I'm sure you want it for everyone that enjoys MadVR and kind of share our passion with everyone. Right, so first and foremost, I'm always kind of focused on like what do the customers want and always in sync with them because I'm effectively a very happy end user myself.
Okay.
So here you've got, best thing to do is keep it on auto, okay? And then you've got the different looks, cinematic, low, balanced, high, insane. These are all increasing. Okay, cinematic.
Increasing regarding the strength, general brightness.
The strength of the motion handling and the amount of the soap opera effect. Okay, now for example,
ich war gerade beim Thema HDR Tone Mapping.
No, you had a brain fart there, that's okay. Cinematic is extremely low. It's very, very light. Okay, and it's for people that really are not fans of motion interpolation. One of our goals was to find a way and a mode for even people that traditionally have not liked to use any of it, to have something that's so subtle that it can still help and be useful, while if someone walked up and didn't know it was on, they would think that there was no one on. And that's what cinematic accomplishes.
Okay, one question. Do customers benefit from having an MK2? Does it make any difference, or is it the same?
It does, in particular when it comes to motion AI. Okay, because motion
By what degree?
Well, it's hard to say. It depends on your output, right? So for example, motion AI is very GPU intensive. So when you run at 4K 60, let's say, and you're running, let's say, our Dragon Mouth, which is, arguably our best model, it's extremely GPU intensive. So on a Mark 1, I don't think you can run Dragon Mouth at 4K 60. Okay. So this is where we start to get into, all the models can do motion AI, all the models can do the same functions if we're talking about the extreme. But this is where the horsepower in the Mark II starts to become very beneficial.
Okay, got it.
Then you can do things differently.
Okay, I haven't done any measurements yet. Will there be any additional delay when using motion?
No, you mean like as far as lip sync?
Yeah.
No, it's all
it's
standard.
The same,
doesn't matter what your input
process.
is, doesn't matter what your output is. So whether you're doing 4K 24 to 4K 120 or 24 to 60 or any other thing. That's all, it doesn't matter.
Okay, when will these options hit the market for every consumer?
Okay, yeah, right now it's a standard. You just go.
Did you release it just a couple of days ago?
I think about a couple of weeks ago is when we first kind of rolled out this consolidated menu of options. Yeah. The only thing that we're playing with here that I just got literally, I think it was yesterday when we were at the show, was a new option, which is this insane alt.
Yeah, this is what I meant.
This is an alternative to insane. Essentially what's going to happen is insane will probably be renamed to very high, and this will become the new insane, because this is 4K 120.
It's like the magazine's reference and masterpiece. And
right.
It's
So you're going from 4K 24 now to 4K 120 full. So insane currently goes from 4K 24 to 4K 48, and then we use frame blending to get to 120.
Okay, got it.
Okay, this is true 4K 24 to 4K 120.
So this is a big step.
This is also very GPU intensive.
This one is available right now too, or will this be released in the future?
It'll probably be released soon. Like I said, we just got it yesterday. And we're never afraid to try new things at a show. We just downloaded it.
This was a question I initially wanted to ask you. Okay.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, let's try it and play with it.
Perfect. Can you show this feature right now?
Yeah, I can show it. So
Dann gucken wir uns nochmal an, wie artefaktfrei das wirklich ist.
I'm going to go to a different clip.
I remember the last ISE where you first showed this feature and it still was quite distorted.
Oh, I mean, it was like just out of the womb at ISE as experimental.
It was okay to see that you're working on this, but not in terms of getting an idea regarding the performance.
No, this is a whole nother level now. Let me see. So you can just see now. I don't know. Are you filming this at 4K 120?
I just see it and I describe it to the viewers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can just see how fluid this is. Now watch when they get to the point where
I hardly see any artifacts. It's
extremely clean.
Yeah.
And when they get to the point where like there's coins, there's like a crash and all his coins go flying up in the air.
How many times have you seen this particular scene?
I don't know, thousands maybe.
Yeah, it's even more than Tom Cruise and Top Gun.
Yeah. But now watch when
Gibt's ein paar Szenen, die guckt man 1000-mal an als Installer.
When the coins fly up in the air, it's so fluid that it's like snowflakes. Right? Like you'll see what I mean. Like you have to see it to describe it. And we don't necessarily say that people want to watch this way, but there's a lot of our customers that can't get enough smoothness, right? And so now you can kind of experience it. Look at that, how silky smooth all that is. Yeah. Now watch the bike as it weaves. Watch this whole sequence, right? I mean, it's just like, it is just beautiful, crystal clear.
Also für mich sieht das jetzt hier tatsächlich sehr flüssig aus, mit wenig bis keinen Artefakten. Nur wundert mich, the picture looks some kind of soft, but I'm not familiar with this particular display. But we'll have to check that once the final release is out, and we'll be able to use it in our own home theaters. Okay, looking forward to get the hands on the new firmware.
Yeah. Well, it should be the latest firmware is already up. You can do all this except for this alternative that we're still experimenting.
But right now we can't test it immediately as we run out of stock, and these ones are not easy to get there to restock them.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch
pretty high lead times right now.
No, not anymore. We increased our production again going into 2024. So you may be surprised. Get in touch with the distributor, and I think it'll be a lot shorter than you're expecting.
Dann gibt's schneller den MadVR für zu Hause. Alright, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lars.